Hey guys, it's Olympian Jonathan Edwards, and thanks for checking out the book. I'm so excited that you're here and you're going to support it, and you're going to decide, kind of where you want to slot in. I just want to tell you a little bit about why I wrote this book and why it's so important, and why, I appreciate that you're going to be part of kind of that first wave of people to really help get this message out there. So, I've been a coach since straight out of high school, and this is 25 years ago, and this book is really a consolidation of all that I know, having been an Olympic athlete, an unlikely Olympian. I like to say, because both my parents were musicians. My dad, but both my mom and my dad had their masters in voice, and I was really an unlikely Olympian, and also an unlikely All-American in a completely different sport, a Division I recruit. And what I see today is I see so much confusion in the world of how to be successful in sports. There's a lot of misinformation, and there's really kind of two themes right now in sports. One is there's more technical things you can do. I mean, you can get a book and you can learn how to do soccer drills or basketball drills or ice hockey drills, you name it. And then on the flip side, there's books that are like, sports is horrible, and we got to give it back to the kids. It's too competitive, and kids are dropping out. And the truth is that more kids than ever are playing sports, and more athletes are involved at the collegiate and at the semi-pro level than ever before. And so the dream of becoming an elite athlete is always there. And what's really interesting is that people really downplay it. They think, the odds of becoming an Olympian are really small. Yeah, you know what? That's true. But that doesn't give you an excuse not to do the things necessary to become that, right? We have fights nowadays about, we got to give it back to the kids, and sports should be fun. Well, yeah, I don't disagree that sports should be fun, but it should be enjoyable. That's the word that we really should be using, not necessarily fun. So this book is really the message that I give to athletes, parents, coaches, and organizations when I meet them, when I'm like, here, if you understood this, if you understood everything that's consolidated in this book, you would get it, and you wouldn't be afraid to go after it. Because really, I did not necessarily have a plan that was drawn out, right? But I had coaches that gave me enough, I want to say belief, enough credit that I could do it. Although I did have people in my life who told me I couldn't do it. But along the way, I developed an instinct, an idea that worked for me. But then as a coach now, more importantly, I've seen athletes who were told that they could do it, who didn't. I've seen kids who couldn't do it, who did do it. And we're talking at every level, from high school, college, Olympic, pro, you name it. And that's what this book is all about. So the book it's a big book. It's a thorough book, because I didn't want to necessarily, dumb it down, and I wanted it to be a resource. I want this to be a book that's in a coach's bag, or in his briefcase, or on a parent's, desk, in a kid's duffel bag on the way to practice. I want it to be a book where, if someone had a question, they could open the book, they'd go to the table of contents, and they could go like, okay, right, that's the answer I need. And so what I've done in this book is that, to make it really even more thorough and more valuable, is that every chapter in the book also has a corresponding video to go along with it. So you get the link in the book, and you can go watch, you can go hear me talk more on the topic once you're there, and also it encourages people to kind of come to our website and get in on the newsletter. And it's just the beginning of the relationship. But the relationship isn't just like, hey, here's a book, see you later. It's like, no, this is just the start. And I encourage athletes and parents and coaches to reach out to me with questions, because I want to get away from this hyper technical, like, you need to do this, and this, or you need to work out more, or you need the more like kind of fluffy sports psychology type thing that a lot of people, everybody says they need, but very few people migrate to, right? So this book is an important book. It's a book that I want to be around for a long time, and I want it to be a book that trumps other books, because it gets into the nitty gritty. It gives a plan. It gives an idea on how to deal with everything from your physical, technical, tactical training, your life skills, your belief in yourself, and it's something that a parent could read, a coach can read, and it's written to the athlete, so the athlete who gets a hold of it can really understand where I'm coming from as a coach. So I'm super glad that you're here. I want you to find a bonus that works for you. We've got bonuses there for the individual reader. I got bonuses there for the family. We're going to get like 3 books where mom, dad, and the athlete can be reading it together as a group. I've also got a team bundle for the people who want to get their whole team on the same page, and then they can use the book almost as like a guide, and that every week they can almost give homework with a book and say, okay, everybody, we'll read chapter 1, and then we're going to talk about it on Friday as a group so that everybody's on the same page. All right, that was my dream for this book. And then if you want me to come speak to your group, I got bonuses for that too. All right, so thanks again. I'm Olympian Jonathan Edwards. If you got any questions, you can reach out. But I'm super happy that you're here and you're going to help support the book. And if there's anything else I can do for you, please let me know. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.